Hello, this is SD. I hope that you're well. We're going to continue the streak. I hope without any further disruptions. I just tried to record the start of this run and I clicked out of the window for a moment to check my other stuff was working, and when I clicked back in the FTL thing, I couldn't see any of the game again like happened in the last run. So I hope that's not going to become a recurring problem. So we won Mantis B last time out and we're doing Kestrel B this time. This is quite a good ship. You've got level 4 weapons out of the gate, and these 4 basic lasers, which are individually quite weak, but do quite well together. I like my crew arranged like this on this ship. There's an immediate store. We don't want that because we have nothing to sell, as is common on the Kestrel ships. Don't really like this distress beacon either, since we don't have great distress options. But we have better distress options than we do store options, certainly. No, I'm not taking that. I could lose crew. You have a clone bay, you can take that safely, but we do not. I should go and at least check. There's quite a few beacons in this sector that we don't see, but I'm not that bothered about getting a store in this sector, and there's a good chance that there just isn't one. But I would like to at least see if I see a second one up at that beacon up there. I wouldn't go to it, but it means that I know that there's not another store this sector. I'm going to shoot the weapons first, because that bomb can allow them to damage us. And let's just shoot at different systems so to pull the pilot. Definitely one of Kestrel B's better points is it's very easy to damage multiple threatening systems. Cool. We get an item drop on the first jump. We can sell that, or potentially use it in certain circumstances, although we're not too likely to go down the teleporter route. Not enough scrap to upgrade our shield, so let's just keep going. Okay, good. They didn't hack anything important. As long as we take this missile out, we're fine. Okay. Mostly I just wanted to make sure there that they didn't missile my shields. Do they have... No, they don't. Of course they don't have a system repair drone. They have a 3-power offensive drone. So they cannot also have a system repair drone because they're not allowed to have more than level 3 drones at this stage of the game. It's not a terrible offer, but I want more scrap. Let's just take a quick look. No, we still don't. I was particularly wary in case, say, this beacon, which we have to pass through to get to the rest of the sector, had been itself a store. Because if I was going to be forced to go to a store anyway, I might as well keep my scrap. But I want to get all these nebula jumps. There's a bunch of beacons down here that are terrible and that I won't go to. I think I want to go down a little bit, take a few more, go up, and then I just want to maximize my beacons for the rest of the sector. If we get a store, that's good. If not, we'll look for one in Sector 2. I don't know what that bomb is. It's probably a small bomb, and I don't want to risk trying a crew kill. Especially without my sensors. You could do it by shooting oxygen, and especially if we had the second shield bubble, I would actually do it. I'd just try to run them out of bombs first. But here, it looks like they may have rocks over there from the movement speeds that were going on. It's hard to be 100% sure. Let's go here, here, and then distress. Or should I know? I should go here, distress, here, and then... Well, there's an outpost. I'm glad that this is a rewarding fight because they have very dangerous weapons. You go to shields. And that shield buffer, this is why you buy the extra level of shields, even though it does not actually do anything in and of itself in terms of allowing you to power more shield bubbles. It's a layer of security. Wow, that was quite a few dodges. Definitely not crew killing this. We did not get any fires until right then, and you know they have one hull left. Still, this will be our second shield bubble. And then some. 38 scrap from one fight is very, very nice. We don't have any blue options for this. We can still do it and just fire on the defense system, but that just gives a low scrap reward if you get the good outcome, and if you get the bad outcome, you just take 5 damage. So I think it's better to skip. Like I said, this ship's blue options are, and distress options generally, are not great. It's training time. We can train everyone on everything. So we do just need to be wary with the Zoltan when we run them around that they don't depower a shield bubble or something stupid. I need to actually fire my weapon to train that. We can certainly try to crew kill this ship, unless they have like 2 NGs over there. I'll find out what crew they have after I do the training. Just turn that off so the noise doesn't irritate me. Okay, you go there, you go there, you go there, you go there, and let's just make sure that no nonsense can happen with Zoltan and shields. So if any of that's going to happen, it's more likely to occur when the Zoltan runs out of shields after this happens. We also need to be wary because when we run the Zoltan to piloting, they'll run through the oxygen room. We don't want them to somehow switch that off or any such nonsense. Okay, so you go to pilot, you go there, you go there, you go there. Okay. Okay. Last rotation. Okay, that's all of them. Speed hack, thank you for your service. Okay, I'm gonna move you in here for this. You go there, you go there. They have an NG in the second slot, which makes it much less likely that we can do this. I need to lure the NG somewhere else and get the human fixing oxygen. And unfortunately... And that's level 2 oxygen. Okay, fuck it. We're not going to be able to crew kill this. Let's just blow them up then. It's possible we could have done it, but we would have needed to... like, never have them dodge stuff and never set a fire in their oxygen. And even then it would have been dicey. And just one moment. Okay, we're back. I temporarily unpaused in order to shift power into my oxygen before leaving the room, which I needed to do there just because I once lost a run because I was playing Zoltan C and I went to the bathroom without pausing the game and I forgot that I was powering my oxygen with backup battery, so I came back to a game over screen, and ever since that happened I don't like walking away with no power in my oxygen, even though I know in my brain that if I'm focused outside of the window I have the settings such that the game pauses. I am not risking this. I don't want to lose a crew member, particularly a Zoltan, since that would be losing reactor. And even losing like a human would be quite bad, because this ship, despite having 4 crew, is not great at repairs, owing to the presence of multiple green people. We will obviously attack the pirate, which cannot hurt us. Now, it's possible this is crew killable. Unfortunately, I have no way of knowing, because I don't know what crew they have over there. They could have an NG in the second position. They could have a Mantis in the second position. I have no idea. But we might as well try. That was quite quick movement. Is that a Mantis by any chance? I think that was Mantis. Yeah, that's definitely a Mantis. You could tell just from how quickly, if you watch the doors, how quickly those doors opened and closed. Mantis move a little bit quicker than the other crew types. Except for rocks, who they move a lot quicker than. I think Lanius and crystals are also quite slow. But you can see if I sort of move these two, the Mantis is clearly moving at a greater pace. So even though we don't have sensor information over there, I was fairly sure that that was a Mantis at first. You probably shouldn't see that, really. It's probably like an interface thing that you can't, like, it would seem to make sense that if you can't see the crew, that you shouldn't be able to see what's going on with their frigging doors, but The game does not work that way, and you can deduce some information by observing things like that. Ah! Gonna shoot here to pull their pilot. If I'm lucky, that's also a mantis, and they'll suffocate, but most likely it isn't. And if it isn't, we'll just have to blow them up. Maybe if I shoot them one more time. Shields hadn't fully recharged. I think they were gonna. Oh, for fuck's sake! I think they were gonna get the oxygen fixed anyway. We would have needed to shoot it one more time, but that would have required not shooting something else, and the amount of time it would have taken them to die was enough for them to escape. So, we were unfortunately cheated out of the crew kill. Since I'm typically turning my oxygen off, once everyone is back in position and I can be sure no Zoltan shenanigans occurs, let's turn speed hack on to refill my air. We can afford hacking, actually. We could already do that because we have the bypassed cell. Download the data stores. Okay. We'll just go to the exit. I think we're losing a jump, but there's not anything we can do about that, and you know, we don't detect combats down there anyway with that map information we just got, so it's not a huge deal. Actually, we don't lose a jump. We wouldn't have been able to get this extra one. We're gonna go Zoltan. There are 2 stores in this sector as opposed to only 1 or 2 in Rebel, and we deal well with Zoltan shields. We have fast weapons. And it's too early for the really nasty Zoltan fights to generate. Yeah, we can't fight energy bombers in Sector 2. So 1, 2, 3, and then maybe 4 is maximum visibility. Depends on if we see one of the 2 stores before that point. This ship can't hurt us. Let's find out. They should just be, you know, 3 humans, and yeah, they actually can't have a system repair drone because that's also a 3-power offensive drone. So we can maybe crew kill this. But we will again be constrained by if this ship starts trying to run away. We lose some time there because they were able to run their oxygen for a while. Since they only have level 1 oxygen over there, a fire would actually be really helpful, because it will drain oxygen from within the room itself, and that will buy time, which they will be like running people to the med bay if their health gets low and they won't keep fixing. Okay, I think this almost certainly will not go off. I'll keep firing in case I get one of those fires, but I think I would need one at this point because they've had too many dodges. We can only hit them safely 5 more times. And you sort of need to hit 7 times to drain it of oxygen with a human repairing, but that's increased if they get enough dodges to have time to refill their oxygen. That assumes that you hit it immediately and knock it offline again every single time it gets fixed. Maybe. I mean, it definitely looks like the rooms are changing color over there. It's just we don't have very much time left. Yeah, I think we're going to fall just short because of those dodges. On the other hand, maybe we'll do it. Nope, that's a level 1 med bay. They're going to sit surviving in there indefinitely. We have no way to knock this offline and no way to make them leave the room. Literally 1 hole, which we would have been able to do if we hadn't had those dodges. We'd have had an extra 1 or 2 hole to play with. That's very annoying. I'd like to take at least 1 more jump because this sells for 22 scrap. That gets me to 139. If I have another scrap reward, I could sell it for cloaking, which I would be willing to do. I'm normally not willing to buy cloaking before either hacking or an offensive upgrade, unless I'm playing a boarding ship. But Kestrel B does actually pretty well with just the default weapons against 2 shield ships, so it's a much more viable purchase. I would still buy hacking in preference to cloaking, but I would do that in basically all circumstances. We'll see about O2 crew killing this one. Zoltans have the same repair speed as humans, so it's similar to that last fight. But they're very bad at dealing with fires like that. Now that is a level 2 oxygen, but honestly we can probably do this by just shooting them. Like, we'll kill Ken here if we just fire and all these hit. And yeah. We don't even need to wait for them to suffocate, we'll just do this. Zoltans are very easy to crew kill. And now we can go here and sell Zoltans. She'll bypass if they have cloaking, but nothing else that we might want. Which is, in fact, precisely the situation. So, actually, let's quickly take a look. We don't see another store. I think it would probably be wrong, even if we did see another store, to not take the opportunity to do this. This is unfortunate, as this fight would be completely safe if they were not in a possum. You go to weapons so that even if those get hit, we keep our laser up. Shoot shields to draw people in there. We get a fire. Looked like it. Wow! Okay. The answer is yes, we got fires. How the fuck did our laser set that many fires? Well, this is a crew kill. Unless something really weird happens, because they can't stop these fires spreading, and they only have 2 systems left to burn out. There's a vague chance, I suppose, that if this takes too long, that maybe they'll be able to fix their weapons. I think fires would even spread back into there. Could you please just take out the oxygen? Yeah, they're gonna run and try to fix the weapons now. Except now they're not, because the oxygen itself actually got ionized, so that drained the air from that room. Are you kidding? I need Aki here to take like 3 health worth of damage. 4, actually. And yeah, now it doesn't matter. Shoot you. And shoot you. Welcome aboard, Felicity. You can go take over shields now. Distress takes stuff towards the bottom, then curl up into the nebula. Zoltan nebulas aren't fantastic, but we'll make do. We can't risk the top option. Let's do this. Wow, we get a free slug. Okay, well, you go to sensors for the moment, but... no. Okay, well, we'll go here. We wouldn't mind just buying some fuel. Yeah, we weren't getting hacking or an offensive upgrade in this sector anyway, so it's a very good thing that we just bought cloaking and had done with it. Unfortunately, in spite of this large late sector nebula, the exit itself is not in a nebula, so we do need to be wary of that. No, you can lose crew from that. Admittedly, I have an excess of crew, but I still don't want to risk them. We have much better blue options now with the NG and the slug. Let's try this and the cloaking. I'm going to buy a power bar now. Now we'll start saving for stores. Access to station. We'll use our cloaking here for the first time. Maybe. Actually, we might knock the burst 2 offline before it can fire, and indeed we did. Well, we got a weapon. It's not really a weapon that makes sense for me to ever use, but it's a weapon. This ship can't hurt me. We have to go right to the exit after this stuff. Oh yeah, I can train. So I am only going to train the slug on piloting. I'm not bothering to cross-train every single damn thing. I won't ever want to use anybody on other systems. And I'd like to actually, you know, get on with the run. Their cloaking obviously makes this more annoying. Part of me is worried that we might have missed the exit. We'll find out in a moment. I don't think it would actually be a terrible thing even if we were forced to dive here so we can cloak. But no, we didn't. We will attack the rebels. The rebels can't hurt us, so we're going to try to oxygen kill the rebels. And probably fail, since that's a level 2 of oxygen. Now here, getting a fire is not good, because it pulls a second person into the room and they don't leave until the oxygen is fully repaired, which means you can't just knock it back offline again the moment that it gets fixed, which is what you want to do to be able to actually get a crew kill. It also gives them slightly more time, because when they have a level 2 oxygen, what happens is they get the fix, you notice that they fixed it, and so you fire 2 shots at them. And assuming that they both hit, you damage it again, but still the projectiles are in the air, and in the time they're the projectiles in the air, they're still repairing, and it preserves that even when the system gets knocked down. That's if this was level 1 oxygen, they'd get it fixed, they'd say, oh, this is done, leave the room. There wouldn't be any accumulated repair, so they gain a small amount of time each time that they knock you knock the oxygen off. Unless you kill the person in the process, which we will do in 2 shots. Then they lose the accumulated repair. Which only buys them maybe a second, but you know. Because what buys them even more time is when they do that. I mistimed those and they managed to actually get to the medbay, but I don't think it mattered after those dodges. This wasn't going to go off. Yeah. At least they didn't run. Steal the supplies. We got the bad option from that, but it's only 2 damage, it's not that bad. It's generally worth doing unless you're very low on scrap. I typically follow the philosophy of going, especially in the early game, to the store with more the sector with more stores. Sorry, the store with more sector. Hello, I'd like to buy an NG-controlled sector at your store, please. So I'd usually go to the sector that has more stores, but in this case, we're choosing between a sector with 2 or 3 stores, the NG sector, or an abandoned sector which has 2 guaranteed. But the abandoned sector is a way higher scrap sector. So I'm going to go here anyway. Abandoned 3 can be very lucrative, and you can't fight linear spawners yet. And there's a store. I would obviously like hacking, which I am able to buy actually with that stun bomb. I will still take a jump or 2 for a little wiggle room. Get vented. Should have let my oxygen refill there. If they had hacked it, it would have been awkward. So yeah, these weapons, they're not. It's not great to still be using the default weapons against 2 shield bubbles, but they work. Sort of. No. I basically want wiggle room here in case this store has hacking and something else that I could sell the stun bomb and maybe get it. Even if that something else is just a bit of fuel. Which that provides, and hey, there's 2 stores here, so... Well, this store has nothing we want, so let's... other than fuel... buy this since we can still sell the stun bomb, and I'm going to take an extra jump before I hit that store. Fortunately, we got dodges. And this is one of the only fights in the game where the ASB is actually on your side. Along with the Federation-based quest and maybe one other. ASB is likely to finish them off here, and if it doesn't, we will. Cool. Store number 2. We've not seen a single weapon in any stores. Very annoying. I'm going to buy these long-range scanners. We know there's no more stores for this the rest of this sector. We'd like to be able to find fights. In addition to being able to maximize scrap, fights are, you know, places where you might be able to get weapon drops, and seemingly that's the only place we're getting a weapon this run. There was the possibility of, like, going off and doing something unusual and, like, buying the drone control system there to try to use offensive drones, but I don't feel like we have to do that yet. Although next sector is a red sector, so we're not necessarily guaranteed to find many shops. But we should, if nothing else, be able to, like, park at this level of scrap. Or close to it. Upgrade, you know, engines once and cloaking once, and we would at least be able to escape any nasty fights. Can we do 1, 2, here, out? The paths to the exit in this sector are awkward, but yes, we can do that as long as the fleet pursuit doesn't double. Should be okay here, these weapons don't line up well. They obviously line up even less well when you knock them offline. It's only level 1, let's distract for a moment. Fuck your dodges. Oh. Well, I mistimed that, but fortunately they did not put that ion bomb into my shields, which is the only actually particularly dangerous thing they could have put it in. What's your specialty? No, that's more expensive than our reactor already is. Pirate 4 with no offensive upgrades is definitely not the sector that I wanted to see, but that is what I wanted to see, immediate store. Well, there still are no weapons, but there's hacking. We could theoretically go for teleporter here. We could sell a bunch of lasers and just become a boarding ship. I don't think it's needed to do that. It would be kind of amusing, and I've had extra crew drops, so I could use, a Mantis and a human. That's fine as a boarding team. I'd have to sell 3 basic lasers to make it work, but I would only be using the lasers to pop Zoltan Shield. But with hacking and cloaking now, I can survive, and I just want to spend my scrap. Once I get these sort of things, I want to spend my scrap just making sure that I survive. I would have loved to be able to buy those stealth weapons, but I can't do that. Take a distress beacon. Go and investigate and assess his mental state. Unfortunately, he assessed his mental state to be not great. Take some nebula jumps before I move forward. Cool, free stuff. High power. So this will be a laborious and annoying process. We should be able to pull this off reasonably securely. I don't quite have 100% cloak evade next. Yet, is what the word I meant to say. Okay, that's very helpful. Let them shoot the heavy laser, and then engage the hack. And we're going to hold our shots till after they cloak. Now, obviously, in this sector, we could fight a ship that was identical to this, except it had 3 shield bubbles. We'd have a very hard time actually winning that fight, but we could at least survive it. You don't need to win every fight that you get into, you just need to not die. Can I get that in time? Yes, but it's not. Only level 1. Nope. For the next little while, I will just buy power. And I want, I think, one more cloaking upgrade. We may not see another store in this sector, so I'm not too head up about that. Take this fight and then here, yeah. Doesn't really remove my ability to see beacons. With our system set up the way they were, we could basically spend a sector where, any difficult fight, we flee from it, we take the fights that are not dangerous, and that will build up enough scrap that we could just, jump around, look for stores, use our scanners if necessary to avoid fights instead of going to them. And eventually we would either find a shop with weapons or with a teleporter or something. If I get to the next store and it has a teleporter and I still have no weapons, I will buy it at that point. It's just there buying the teleporter required actively making me less safe because I would have had to not be able to spend scrap upgrading these systems. Good, they're not running away. I suppose they could still run away at this point, but they're not. We need to take that, we're low on fuel. If we do want to get if we are forced to get a teleporter, the possibility there that we might lose our mantis makes it significantly less desirable. Speaking of not desirable, let's not go to this pulsar, since we have another equally good fight that we can go to that doesn't require us to deal with the pulsar. This is a possible double reward, let's take it. It's only level 1, so we only need to distract this guy for just a moment. Yeah, our creaky old 4-shot volley at this point is starting to have a little bit of difficulty, but I felt there like it was better, even though it resulted in lower evade, to have the second shield bubble, because then they would have needed to hit all 3 shots through cloaking for them to do me damage with this beam. Whereas otherwise they would have needed to only hit 1. There we go. This actually has a pretty good chance to be a crew kill now. Which I would definitely like to farm because crew kills can be weapon drops. Either this fire spreads and this guy dies, or yeah, that happens, which is more likely, but now I can shoot them both when they're in one room. And I can kill Fen here by just shooting them over and over again. There's somebody named Fen in my role-playing group, so I feel bad about shooting them, but not so bad that I will not do it. No. I can jump away and come back. And there are loads of fights around. Like, I could sell the scanners and a basic laser and buy this ion too. That's a vaguely reasonable option. Makes me really wish I'd bought those stealth weapons, but then if I'd done that I wouldn't be able to afford buying the damn thing anyway. Yep. Let's take another fight and come back. It is, however, very important that we win this fight, and unfortunately that does mean winning a fight against a ship with 3 shield bubbles. I'm gonna hack shields here. We can't full cloak hack cycle anyway. Chuck everything in shields on the first volley. There we go. Haha, I have ionized your oh crap, you have a mantis. We won't be crew killing that with this, but this is fine because this is a slaver ship. We just want the high scrap reward. Oh, cool. Okay, never mind. We don't need to go back to buy the Ion Blast 2. Oh, and there's another store anyway. Do this for now. I want to keep some scrap for that store. This does delay the cloaking upgrade, but it's fine. No. And yeah, take this fight, and then we'll go to the shop with probably around 100 scrap. $99 scrap. That was a pretty good guess. So yeah, if that halberd beam hadn't dropped and we hadn't been, you know, had the option of going back to get that Ion 2, we could have bought the teleporter here. But I'm not going to do that. I will buy the backup battery here and get rid of that. Yeah, that's just full repair. Scrap the debris and buy another power bar. Should we dive here? I think we'd be double diving if we dive here. Or would we be? Because one of them's a nebula jump. I'm considering going like here, here, back to here. No, I think we'd be okay. Once again, we have no interest in crew at all here. Hey, I have an extra basic laser. Oh, and cloaking and hacking. No. Let's do this. No, we can't actually take that without doing a double dive, and I don't feel like doing that. It's just... we got the single dive, that's fine. Don't need my weapons, just cloak hack them and run away. I was pretty sure I had enough time that I could go to the slug sector. I don't want to go to Abandon 5. That's a very spooky sector to go to. We'd be fine, but it would be awkward. Sector 5 is when not only Lanius bombers start appearing in Sector 4, but Sector 5 is when they start being able to board you with 2 Lanius, and 2 Lanius drain you of oxygen much, much faster than 1 does. See about taking some jumps before this shot. We could hack shields here, but weapon hack makes this very, very, very safe. There's a bit of a risk of them fleeing, because we need to hit with all our shots. Let's do this. I don't actually care if that Zoltan puts a point of damage on our engines, so I'll just ignore that. Ah! You dickhead. Quick look, I was wondering if there would be a store at that non-nebula beacon, but no, there isn't. This I do need to care about, because I can't let them break my shields. No. I should have killed there, I didn't actually do a max room swipe. That was silly. Distract this idiot. Good. Yeah, if I can get like one more scrap reward, I can go to this store with enough to buy basically any weapon I might want. What's your specialty? That is cheaper than a normal reactor upgrade now. I really wish I could look at the map before this to see whether there's another store right north of me. I'm going to turn it down. It doesn't save me that much scrap, and I want to have options at this store. Feels bad, though. Okay, well, here's the 2 stores, so... Okay, it's the Worrying Radiation event, and they have a, mind control unit. They also, however, have very slow weapons. If I hack shields here, I can halberd beam and take the glade beam out guaranteed, and I can even swipe in such a way as to take out the mind control. So I'm gonna let them do the hack. Bend them. I don't even care if they get a point of damage because I'm gonna stop. Although it is annoying that that's level 2. Because I can stop them firing this altogether. Cloak now. should not have been venting my own people there. That was silly, since I can't heal. Get you nearby. I can let you do one more point, but not more than what you've just done. But I'm about to switch their mind control off. Now, well, they switched their own mind control off, but... Now we just need to be wary of the fact that when they repair the mind control, they can make my people fight each other and they can't currently heal. Well. Fortunately, this is a guaranteed high scrap fight. They have weapons that suck. Let's buy all that fuel and then go to the other store. If there are no good weapons here, we can actually upgrade the weapons system and get the basic laser, the other basic laser online. Unfortunately, there's nothing here that's great at breaking shields. I could use the ion bomb, but I think actually, as much as I like the ion bomb, I would just rather upgrade my weapon system than bring that online. And otherwise, like the Heavy 2 has basically the same niche as the halberd beam. You know, it does loads and loads of damage. It's just it does less hull damage, but more system damage. I could buy this mind control, but I don't feel I need to do that yet. I'll look to get that next sector. Let's just upgrade our weapons. We'll need a bit of power next. This is the slug cache, which is generally a pretty good reward, so look to go to that. I don't really care that much about the remote hacking here, do I? On the other hand, this ship is not very dangerous, so I will just use the remote hacking. Save a drone part. The firebomb here is the only thing that's actually especially dangerous. We don't need to, even though this is a coffin ship, there's no point in trying to crew kill this. The pre-battle oxygen hack events are medium scrap rewards regardless of whether you crew kill. These guys have what we could have had if we had decided to go back and buy the Ion 2 anyway. Slightly messed that up so I didn't do full damage to all the systems, but I did full damage to the two systems that actually matter. Obviously, if they'd started running away at that point with one hull because of that error, I would have regretted it, but... There's a chance there's a non-nebula store over here. Not a great one, but... Actually, it's about 50-50. Nope. Don't really need to fire my weapons in sync here. I can still guarantee a kill. This could give me like a slug, but I already have one. So let's go to this quest and head down. Give myself more of a chance to find a store. We will engage the pirate. Go after the slugs. This gets a high scrap reward. You can get a better reward, I think, if you can trigger a crew kill before... If you can get a crew kill, rather, before that message triggers, but outside of a boarding ship, that's kind of hard to do. Let's see about doing this without hacking. This layout is very, very vulnerable to beams. With a pike beam, you can even go from weapons through to hacking, hitting every room on the ship, but piloting an oxygen. No. No other stores. Yes. I don't think it's worth diving for this beacon. I'd do it for a fight. Let's get max level hacking. Surrender your stuff. We're gonna shield hack here since they're fleeing. We wanna damage more stuff more quickly. Missed a room there. And we're back up to being able to afford any weapon in the game. If I go this way, I miss these beacons down here, and if I go this way, I miss those ones up there. It appears there's slightly more beacons down at the bottom side, and I can kind of see like this one at least, so I'm going to go this way. We might not get a store of this sector. No. I want the double reward. Or the possible double reward, anyway. Cloak now, use all of my time. Those weapons will take absolutely an eternity to fix since they have a... It takes 50 seconds for this mantis to fix a single level in a hacked room. Oh, thank you. The repair is very appreciated. we go here first of all? I might curl back towards the bottom part of the sector if I don't see anything useful. It's a 4-shield enemy. Should I hack shields on this? I mean, we do have the asteroids helping us out. On the other hand, if I hack shields, I can cloak as soon as that missile's in the air and just halberd across drones and weapons. Yeah, here the fact that I could hit 2 systems by doing that was pretty critical, because that makes this fight a lot safer. And the fact that I have 100% cloak evade, so I knew I would definitely cloak that missile. There was not some chance that it would sail in and hit something. There was the possibility they could have hit me by having like the combat drone and the asteroids line up to allow the beam drone to hit me, but it wasn't going to prevent me from being able to get through their shields and do at least some damage to each of those 2 systems with the beam. I might as well go here. I don't get any more fights taking the bottom route, and this sees more. I have some of your lasers. Cool double reward. I can't quite handle no pause micro yet, but on runs like this I like to practice it. I now have an absolute metric fuck ton of scrap. I just need to find somewhere I can spend it. I think it's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. I don't really like going into a pulsar, but so be it. You don't always get what you want. Download the data stores? Okay, well, yeah, we did indeed miss the store. It was at one of these 2 beacons, but, you know, there was a risk of that happening invariably, and if I'd gone the other way, there was a risk of missing it, so. Oh god. I am once again going to hack shields. I'm pre-cloaking here because they have 2 combat drones. I am going to draw the beam across there. Find out what level piloting do you have. Okay. Higher than I would have liked, but we'll get tagged by a missile here, it looks like, but I was hoping they would only have level 2 piloting max, and then the Hopper beam would have completely taken that out, and my lasers could have all hit as well. I mean, we know there are no stores, so we might as well take all of the fights. And they're in this corner, so. Why didn't I let that recharge? Whatever. He's these weapons are not dangerous. I would at this point use a burst 3 if they dropped one along with my own halberd beam. I could have tried to farm a crew kill out of this, but I can't be bothered. I would like to just end the run. Get to the next sector, maybe find weapons that fire an actual appreciable quantity of projectiles. We're getting loads of scrap in this sector, we just could not find a store. Maybe we'll find the ship collectors. Nope. Ah, they dodge too much. We can shoot now. Unfortunately, we can't permanently cloak hack cycle this missile, it's too fast. But we can just take it offline. So much scrap. I don't think I'll be able to get to the pulsar fight anyway, it looks like. Yeah, we can give up 2 fuel. Whee. Offer the mantis up for bounty. Yeah, like imagine, I've mentioned this event before, but if we had taken the option to try to get the Mantis Fugitive, imagine fighting this ship if, say, you took free damage in your shields and then you couldn't fix them because there's a Mantis fighting in there. This guy's weapons are definitely flagship capable. They would prefer to have hacking or cloaking, or ideally both, to support them. You might be able to make it work with just drone control. I wouldn't like to try, but... Try to get the storage cache. Can that be a weapon? A Flak 2 would be nice. Flak 2 halberd just deletes everything. I couldn't decide whether or not to hold the halberd until next time around. But decided to fire it, we didn't get full damage, but... Really? There we go. Don't need to wait for the beam. Lasers give us the win. Okay. That doesn't increase our quantity of shots, unfortunately, but it is still an upgrade. It gets through Zoltan shields quicker, if nothing else. And if we can get something else that actually fires a reasonable number of shots, you know, flak in a basic laser and then a halberd beam and a heavy one behind it is perfectly capable. Regardless of whether that's a flak 1 or a flak 2, they both work. Go to these two and then probably towards the bottom of the sector. Nice as the nebula is, I just want stores. Got thrown off there because I'm used to it being 3 basic lasers, so the timing was a little bit weird. I missed a broom there, I believe. No store spotted. Here and then probably down. Alternately, I could go here and down. It's only really this beacon that I miss by doing that. Yeah, let's do that. Attack the slaver. Too many dodges. Nope. Okay, we found a store. Check this beacon quickly, I can definitely afford that piloting upgrade. But it ends up being a boarding event anyway. Okay, store number 1. Possibly the only one if it's good enough. It is. So our final build will be this. These. Can I get that all online right now? Looks like it. So yeah, there's nothing else then that we would want. We could have gone offensive drones here as well. But, you know, I'm pretty happy with this. Just make sure I don't run out of drum parts. Cool. Okay, let's use the scanners to farm as much scrap as possible. But yeah, we ran most of the run on 2, 3 basic lasers because, you know, just having projectiles is good. We don't need the halberd beam here either. That volley wasn't very successful. I don't need the halberd beam here because their piloting is destroyed, so I'm guaranteed to kill them with flak heavy burst 1. Well, let's go down and back up to this at the end of the sector. Yeah, we'll do what we can. And by that I mean I'll take your scrap and then move on. I don't need to hack here. If I just cloak to get the halberd beam off, that takes out their piloting, and then I chuck everything into weapons. Give me my low scrap rewarded map. I could swap out the halberd beam for the heavy too. I won't, but it's a much more viable option here. It's basically, if I do that, I'm spending 30 scrap to get better crew kills in Phase 1 maybe. Except there may be a way I can get crew kills in Phase 1 anyway. Let's see. And yeah, if I don't do it, I can just get my shields up immediately. Surrender your stuff. Since we have a cloak hack cycle, it was more important to damage loads of their systems there and draw their pilot. Cool. If we find a store, we can sell that, otherwise it's mostly wasted, but we did get 54 scrap out of it as well, so. Start getting our buffers. We lose some jumps here at the end, but there wasn't a great deal we could do about that. Investigate. We can get a guaranteed NG here, or we can take the 50-50 for scrap and an NG, or a 50-50 of nothing. Let's take the 50-50. See if we can make more scrap. We didn't, but it's not like we need another NG. This sector layout kind of sucks. But on the other hand, we do have an outpost we can go to immediately. Really? Fine, be that way. The fuck? Finally get a good shot through. Lots and lots of scrap. Oh, we did find a store, and we pretty much have to go through it anyway, so let's just do that. And we can sell that fire beam drone. We could buy a fire bomb to get crew kills in phase 1. Let's do that. There's another method that I might have been able to use there, but this is faster. Missed the shield room there, but who cares? We kill without even needing to wait for the halberd here. Do I want to use this for this phase? Yeah. I could alternately swap the flak out for the halberd. So what we want to do here... Oh, fuck's sake. Find that hack very, very annoying whenever they do it. I'm going to hack missiles so we can cloak hack cycle them if needed. And we can use firebomb and mind control to get crit kills. Oh, they did. Okay, you get in slot 1. I actually kind of did that wrong because I wanted to have 2 people in there when the fire started so that they didn't just immediately leave. But it's fine. I'm gonna leave some power outside of my systems so that when they hack again, it doesn't actually just immediately switch things off. So here, do this. You two fight each other now. That's 1 down. That's 2 down. You don't even need a specialist crew kill weapon to use this sort of method to get crew kills. It's something I think that I've seen people discussing on the Discord recently. If you have weapons that are capable, especially of like setting fires and stuff, what you can do potentially is you hack missiles, and obviously you want mind control particularly. You hack missiles to be able to cloak hack cycle that as if you're boarding. Then you shoot out these side rooms just as if you're killing the people in there, so they can't be fixed, just as if you were doing a boarding ship. And suddenly, if this is being cloak hack cycled and these 2 weapons are switched off and can't be repaired, well, you can't take damage, so you can just mind control over and over and over again. And I actually prefer setting this firebomb off in this 2-tile room here because they can't fit as many people in to fight the damn thing. Don't really care if they get people to escape because I have over 50 missiles to use. They will all die, it's just a matter of how long it takes them. Do that just to speed things up. I was actually happy to let that guy escape because there's 2 of them over there now, so I can make them fight each other in that room with mind control. Cool. Suppose we should have left that guy alive. Doesn't matter. There'll be an auto ship in the final phase. It's cloaked now because I'm not sure where their weapons are in terms of syncing up with each other. Thanks, Firebomb. Get the halberd beam back out. And let us go forth to crushing victory. Go into this phase like this. We don't need to try to fight them at the base here, we've killed all their crew. Well, apart from Beam Guy there, and he'll die in a moment. Switch all that shit off. I don't know why I'm empowering mind control here, it doesn't do anything. I suppose I could mind control Beam Guy for what that would be worth, which is basically nothing. So yeah, they will become a auto scout this phase, so they'll have slightly higher dodge than they would have been if I'd let that guy live. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, and they'll very, very slowly auto-repair all their systems. Is this a light power surge? It looks like it. Yeah, my cloak wasn't going to last there. I'm going to hack missiles and see if we can do this without damage. It does require us to take no damage from the power surge, but we do have Reddit engines. So. Thank you, Reddit engines. Reddit engines. This is what I get for relying on Reddit engines. Okay, cool. That sort of makes up for things. No. I thought that was a triple dodge, so... It doesn't really make up for things. It's dodging... One out of 3 is not really all that impressive when you have more than 33% evade. So, no 0 damage flagship, but despite the difficulty finding weapons in the early part, that was a very easy run. And quite a good score, which doesn't surprise me considering we're running, you know, max reactor, max shields, max weapons, level 6 engines, subsystems all upgraded, buffered literally every single system. Yeah. Solid old run. 3, 2, 1. don't think we've done Lanius Bay, or have we? No, we have not done Lanius Bay, so we'll be doing that next time out. I hope you enjoyed the run, and I'll see you for Lanius Bay. Bye for now.